Okay, I'll go next. Um, okay, so for today, I'm going to inform you guys a little bit about dental insurance. It's not that exciting, so I do have a few different pictures to show you, but basically, it's something that you want to know so that you can save a lot of money. A lot of people don't know about their insurance, and I've been dealing with dental insurance for a long time, and I realized that a lot of people don't know their plans at all. So I have a few different steps that will help with choosing or with your benefits. You'll know more about your plan if you have one, and it'll help you find a better one or a good plan if you're looking for one. The first step with the insurance that you need to know is your maximum and deductibles. It's completely different than medical. Um, the deductible toll, it ranges from like $1,000 to $2,000 a year, and that's all they will pay no matter what. So a lot of people get confused because they get like the insurance says they have 2 exams a year or 2 cleanings a year, but they don't mention that you have to have money in your in your maximum, for it to be covered. So there's a lot of little limitations that overlap that people don't know about. So an example, if you came in the beginning of the year for an emergency and you needed to get a tooth extracted or a couple teeth extracted, something major happened, and you maxed out your benefits because you only had $1,000. So when you want to come in 6 months for your basic cleaning, which you were told is going to be free from your insurance, it's not covered because you already used all your money in the beginning of the year. So there's that. And then for deductibles with dental, it's like $25 to $100 most, and it's one time a year per person. So it's not thousands of dollars for a deductible like medical. It's one time a year, and it only applies to certain procedures. So you might not ever have to meet it in a year as well. Another thing that people should know is the percentages. There's usually 3 tiers with dental. There's preventative work, basic work, and major work. And they're all in different, all the insurances are different, but usually preventative is 100% or 90% covered. Preventative work is x-rays and exams and cleanings, basically preventing you from needing to get like work done later on. It's a preventative measure. So they're usually covered 100%. So usually you don't have to pay for that. And then basic is usually your fillings. So they'll cover 80% of that usually on average. So you'll pay out of pocket 20%. And the major is the where it's crowns and dentures and bridges. And I have some pictures because I know a lot of people don't know what some of the procedures are. Like they've heard it, but they're not really sure. So this is a picture of a crown. It's basically a cap that's made at a lab. What happens is like a filling gets too big and they can't fill it just with the composite material. So they need to get rid of all of the decay and put a fake cap on top. So that's a crown. And then a bridge is 2 crowns with, basically if you lose a tooth, you're going to make 2 crowns out of the teeth next to it and then have a fake one in the middle. So that's a bridge. And then there's partial denture. This is all under major. This is considered like the bigger work. And then partials is like, it's like a denture, but it's not a full denture. It's only for certain like missing teeth. This person's not missing all their teeth. But there's a lot of different rules with the bigger work. With basically this work, the insurance is paying hundreds of dollars, possibly thousands of dollars for this kind of work. So there's a lot more rules to what would be what they allow you to cover and not cover. Like they make it a lot harder for you to get this work covered than a cleaning. The best bet for finding out how much something will cost beforehand, because I know a lot of dental offices, you go there and you get a surprise bill later on, or the day when you're there. And getting a pre-authorization is the best thing to do ahead of time. It's basically submitting an insurance claim ahead of time without doing it. So you'll find out exactly what the insurance will pay for the work beforehand. So that's the best bet, because they'll tell you how much money you have left of your max. If you go in the middle of the year and you had work done and you're not sure how much left, it'll factor that as well. So getting a pre-authorization is the best bet. And also a big thing that people should know as a patient at an office is if you're going to in or out of network dentist. The major difference is the fees. If you go to a dentist that's out of your network, they can charge you whatever fee they want. And so you end up paying a lot more. If you're in network, the insurance, you have a set contract, like a set fee with them for how much you can charge for certain work. Like, for example, a crown is the dentist charges, an out-of-network dentist charges $1,100. But if you go in network, they charge $800. So it's a big difference between going somewhere that's in and out of network by like hundreds of thousands of dollars, because the insurance restricts you. If you're in network, you can't charge any more than what they're telling you to. So being out of network, and a lot of times the dentist won't tell you that they're out of network. So you have to look for too. Sometimes they'll take more of like your insurance money. So they might not charge you as much, but they'll take more of your maximum of the year. So you might like run out of benefits really quick in the beginning of the year, and later on you're like, where did all the money go? Because it was a simple procedure and you don't really know about it. So those are like the three main points. That was super exciting, but I hope it was a little informative. Just basically, everyone should look more into their insurance or know more about it, because the dental office isn't necessarily going to tell you all of the specifics that your insurance plan has. A big thing as well with major work, like this picture of this person missing this tooth. Some insurance plans have a missing tooth clause, is what it's called. It basically means that, say you got this tooth extracted today with one insurance company, and then in a couple of months your employer switched to a different dental. There is a rule that says that you can't, that they're not going to cover for any replacement of it because you had it extracted on a different insurance, which doesn't make any sense at all. And it kind of like screws you, especially if it's your employer that's switching. So it's not your fault that you're switching an insurance company. So they will never pay for something to cover that hole because you switched. So it's a lot of sketchy stuff. But I hope you guys learned something. That's it.
I guess I'll go ahead and go next. Can you guys hear me?